Welcome to the Fearless Floyd Show. I am Fearless Floyd. Tonight we're going to talk about not just how to go on some site and purchase Venezuelan currencies, but exactly what denomination you should be purchasing and what type of Venezuelan bolivar that you should be purchasing. Some of you are going to catch this video for the first time and have no idea that I've made a 4-part series on the bolivar, an introduction, which is part 1. Part 2 was on the Fuerte. Part 3 was on the Soberano, and part 4, of course, was on the current currency, the Digitale. We're going to go through all of those tonight in tonight's video. Of course, again, I will show you the PDF tables and the other tables for the equations of what the Fuerte, or actually, let me go back to the original bolivar prior to 2007. Then the Fuerte from 2000 actually came out in 2008 to 2016, or I'm sorry, 2017. And then the Soberano that came out from 2018, 19, and 20. Okay. So remember this, it's real easy. The Soberano came out for 3 years and they have 3 series. And I'm going to get into that a little bit into the video to kind of show you what's next in Venezuela with the Central Bank of Venezuela. And when I show it to you, you'll be like, good catch, Floyd. So for all of my newbies who have not watched parts 1 through 4 of the Venezuelan currencies, and actually let me throw that up there so you guys can actually see what the thumbnail looks like if I haven't. I've already deleted them all, but anyway, what we are utilizing for this series for the Venezuelan bolivar is a catalog from banknoteworld.com, and I'm not endorsing banknoteworld.com. This is not financial, legal, or medical advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. So they were kind enough to send me this book. It's $1.99 on their website if you want to order the physical book. Okay. If you want a digital copy, get your phone out, get your screenshot out. I'm going to show you a QR code. Zap it with your camera and download the digital catalog so you can follow along. All right, I hope everybody got that. Next, I did this was in part 3. And this is a table showing you the exchange. See if I can get this over here. There we go. All right. Venezuelan currency valuations, Venezuelan bolivar note equations. Okay. It doesn't matter whether it's a Fuerte, a Soberano, or a Digitale. They're all bolivars. So you have to get that first and foremost. From the late 1880s, I just chose 1880 as a demarcation date, to 2007, they had what's called the original bolivar, or just plain bolivar. Then in, that should be 2008. So anyway, from 2007 to 2017, they came out with the Fuerte due to hyperinflation. So 1,000 bolivars equaled a 1 Fuerte, okay, which actually equals 100,000 Soberanos and 100 billion Bolivar Digitales. So right behind me, you're going to see Venezuelan VOB. So 1,000. This right here behind me, where my little arrow is, my cursor, that would be the VSF, standing for, I'm sorry, the VBF, Venezuelan Bolivar Fuerte. And right here, you see the Venezuelan Bolivar Soberano. the Venezuelan Bolivar Digitale. All right. This is an example only. I chose 1 penny of US currency to equal 1 Bolivar. That's all this is. So if you had 1,000 Bolivar, that would be 10 US dollars. 1 Fuerte would be 10 US dollars. 100,000 VBS, $10. A Digitale, 100 billion would equal 10 US dollars. That's if the exchange rate was at 1 penny. Okay. So if you're holding all this Digitale, 10 US dollars. That's just what the breakdown is. As you see, they keep adding more zeros as they hyperinflate the currency. And then on the actual face of the bill, of the note, they start lopping off these zeros because they don't want, 12 zeros after their note denomination. I'm going to pop up the QR code again for everybody who couldn't get to their phone or hit their screenshot button fast enough. And there you go. What, baby girl? I've been playing with you all day. Oh, no. What do you want? Oh, look at you. You want to say hi to everybody? I told you I was doing a video. Mm-hmm. All right. So let's go through all of this and let me show you what this stuff looks like. This is an original Bolivar. This is a 1,000 Bolivar. So if you had this note, it would equal to 1 Fuerte. Okay, so basically they lopped off these 3 zeros, came out with a new currency, renamed it, and I call them types, and they came out with the Fuerte. This one. This is the highest denomination for the Fuerte, which is 100,000, or you see 100 million. And we're going to go through the values of what these really are. But that's 100 million Bolivar. Okay. This is the Soberano, the highest denomination of the Soberano that they produced. This is the 1 million. Okay. But it's actually 100 trillion Bolivar. Are you following me? And we're going to get to the Digitale. This is the highest denomination Digitale they make, the 500. It is equal to 500 quadrillion Bolivar. Okay, so obviously, if you possess this note right here, you would have a lot of Bolivar, correct? Because for those of you who don't know, it takes 5 of these babies to equal 1 of these. Okay, so obviously you have 500. So multiply 500 times 5. So it would take you 2,500 of these notes, which would be 2.5 bricks to equal this 1 note. Did you follow me on that? 2.5 bricks, which means you would have 2,500, 2,500 of these notes, 2 bricks, 2.5 bricks to equal this note. That's a front and a back. So obviously, if you could pick this up for $1, it would definitely be more valuable than this one if you pick this one up for $1. And of course, this one, if you pick this up for $1. So what you're looking for is bang for the buck. You're looking to get as many Bolivars as you can for the least amount of money. You follow me on that? So here is my PDF that I did for you guys. And as you see, it denotes each one and it tells you how much it's worth. So I'm sorry, I said 500. That's a 50 quadrillion. I'm sorry, my math was off. And math is not my strong suit, folks. So please double check me on all these figures. Keep me correct. I don't want anybody to get confused because it's confusing enough all by its lonesome. So basically, this is a chart that I created. If you want a copy of this chart, a PDF, email me at the Fearless Floyd Show at yahoo.com or go join my Telegram, the Fearless Floyd Show. It's pinned. So all I got to do is go to the pin files, click on it, boom. That's going to be the first thing that pops up. It allows you to put in how many of these you have, the valuation of, I don't know if you have 2 of these, and that would be 100 quadrillion. And I do apologize for the error in the numbers here. Let me see if these reflect as well. Yep, see, I missed a 0 right there. That should be 50 quadrillion, not 5 quadrillion. So this one's in error. And I'll tell you what, give me a couple minutes here. And save there. Hang on. It's 50. Get that color too. Boy, I gotta go do all of this. Damn, that's a lot of zeros. All right. All right, here comes a corrected copy. Sorry about that. Let me get this off there. Oh, this is down here. Remove studio. Let me go add another one. And 1, 2, 3, boom. There you go. 50 quadrillion. I told you there's a lot of zeros. Now, what you see on here, this price right here, $1.95, $1.87, $30.94. I bet you're going, is that the exchange rate, Floyd? I wish. However, it is not. So there you go. There's a little better look at it. And of course, these are the highest denominations per type of currency. So this is the Fuerte. The 100 is the biggest you can get. The 1 million of the Soberano is the largest you can get. The 500 Digitale is the largest you can get. Now, let's go back and look at that because we want to pop this one on. All right, let me show you what you have here. And most of you are not going to pay attention to the colors that are in each one. So you have the Fuerte, right? Then here's the Soberano, right? And for the Soberano, you see kind of a light blue right down here, and then it fades into like a lavender, and then it gets back up here into a light aqua. These represent the series that they came out with. So this is the first series, this is the second series, that's the third series. You follow me? The Fuerte, they came out with 2 series. For the digitales, okay, look at the denominations: 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, 200, 500. Let's go down here. What do they have for the Soberanos? 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, 200, 500. What happens after 500? Boom, there's your 500, there's your 500. They came out with the 10, the 20, the 50, the 200, the 500, and the 1 mil. Do not be surprised if in 2025 they come out with Series 3 of the Digitale. Do you hear me? Do not be surprised if they come out with Series 3 of the Venezuelan Bolivar Digitale. Currently, the highest value denomination that Venezuela currently offers is the 500 Digitale. More likely than not, due to their history of their currencies, one would automatically guess that they're going to come out with the 1 mil, the 1,000. I don't know how they're going to describe it, but Series 3 will likely fall in 2025, especially with the stuff that's going on with Maduro. So do not be surprised if that happens. If you go out and you buy, if everybody who went and bought Soberanos and they came out with the Digitales, now you've been buying Digitales and you've been buying the highest denomination note you can get your hands on, and boom, now they come out with even higher one. Okay, so again, do not be surprised. As far as I know, nobody in social media has mentioned this. Nobody's done enough research to determine what the history and what the future looks like in Venezuela. So again, we're talking about this 500 Bolivar Digitale, which is really it's 50 quadrillion is what it's really worth, the face value. Then we have the Soberano, which is 100 trillion. I need to fix this one too. That should say 50 quadrillion, not 500 quadrillion. I screwed up on that one too. I've been working on this all day long, actually crunching the numbers, researching, going and finding these, building these little thumbnails as you see here. And it is quite confusing, I agree. So let me get over here and show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. And I can't hit back. Thank you. And here we go. So now I'm going to show you what those numbers were aside from each of the currencies. All right, so I just got on eBay because it's the simplest to use. This is the Venezuela 500 Bolivar Digitale banknote from 2024. but you're going to see on here, I believe it's probably from 2023. I could be wrong. 2023. Okay. That seems to be the pattern. 2021, 2023, skip a year like they did with 2022, 2024, and what should happen in 2025? Another series. Just saying. So I just did a search for the lowest cost plus shipping, and this is what I got. So right here, as you see, sort price plus shipping lowest. Okay. So let's refresh it for you guys. So you know, like, hey, there you go. Now, when you go over here to eBay, it's on all. So that's auctions, buy it now, all that crap. So hit buy it now if you don't want to do an auction. So if I want to buy this 500 Bolivar Digitale right now, this one piece, it's going to cost me 31 bucks, and it's got free delivery. He has 3,300 plus reviews, 99.3% satisfaction rate out of 100. So the next one, here you go, and here's the next one, here's the next one, here's the next one. And I expect a lot of these are going to be bought out. Now, this is a three-piece, okay? Pay attention. Just because you see an image of one bill front and back, this is a three-piece. So you're paying roughly, a little over 30 bucks a piece. Same thing. This is a four-piece. They do not have to be uncirculated. If you're paying for uncirculated, you're paying a premium for it being an uncirculated bill. Go get you one that's circulated. They're all the same. So roughly 31 to 33 bucks is what you're going to pay for that particular note. Now, if that's the best deal you can get for the most Bolivar, period, because you're getting 50 quadrillion Bolivar with this one note. Okay. So let me stop sharing. Again, here is the Venezuelan 1 mil Bolivar, which is the largest denomination of the Soberanos that they have. And it takes 5 of these babies to equal 1 digitale. It's 5 to 1. Okay. So if you had 500 digitales, obviously you have 500 quadrillion. So how many of these would it take to equal that? A lot. Right? Didn't I say 2.5 bricks? So let's go price a brick. And I did this in my other videos. I'm just going to stop sharing just to make sure that I am actually sharing on my screen. Because sometimes StreamYard doesn't do it. There's a delay in what I'm watching, what you guys are seeing and what I'm doing. Hello. Come on, StreamYard. Everything froze. All right, let's go find a brick. Actually, let me get you guys over here with me so we can search together. All right. Let's make sure we're all on the same page. So 250 pieces is a quarter brick. Quarter brick. Here's a half brick, which are 5 bundles. Again, another half brick. 500 pieces, half brick, half brick. And here's a brick for 259 bucks. This is the last one they have. So you'd have to buy 2.5 of these, okay, at that price. So basically, what is that? 250, 125, 625 bucks. It would cost you 625 bucks to buy as 2,500 Soberano notes. Get back over here with you guys. So basically, you're going to buy one of these for 30 bucks. And if you wanted to equate that in Soberanos, in these, you would have to buy 2,500, which will cost you about 625 bucks, right? Fuerte. So these are 100 million. You're definitely going to have to buy a bunch of bricks of this stuff to get you over here to this stuff. So I'm sure some of you are right here on eBay buying this stuff up as I do the videos, I'm sure. And that's like when Jeff talked about the 200 Digitale or the 20, whatever one he was talking about. And it immediately sold out. So this one's 30 bucks. And let me, whoops, didn't mean to do that. Let me go back to that one. All right, let me show you the price comparison. It's the Fuerte. All right. So you see 100 on here, 100,000. It takes 1,000 original Bolivars to equal one of these. So what you do is add 3 zeros to this. So this would be a 100 million note. So it costs $219 to get a brick. And we're here at the shipping plus lowest. So obviously you'd have to buy quite a few bricks to get you to a 500 Digitale. And as you see, the price jumps immensely between the two. This is almost double. This is coming from Germany. Okay. Remember, delivery, buy it now. So I always like to hit the buy it now. Get that set. And then here's a brick for $1,000. And if you haven't watched the video, you may go out and you might drop $1,000 on a brick unknowingly, or $400 on a brick. Just out of lack of research and ignorance. And, you know, hey, I was guilty of it myself. I bought a bunch of Fuerte, you know, just all denominations because I didn't know any better. I had done my research. I just went out and bought. So obviously, it makes so much sense to move on. And if you are going to utilize the Venezuelan Bolivar in any type, which means the original Bolivar, the Fuerte, the Soberano, or the Digitale, as an investment tool, and you're expecting to increase your return on investment, obviously you would want to go with the Mac Daddy, the biggest bang for the buck, and this would be the 500 Bolivar Digitale. Now, if you go into a lower denomination, and let me get over there and just show you by comparison. Oops, hit the wrong one. What are you doing? Didn't hit anything in that. I got so many eBay tabs open now. I don't know which one's which. All right, here we go. Move that, move that, move that. And that's me. And I want to share my screen. And hang on, baby girl. As you see, I just put in Venezuelan Bolivar Digitale banknotes 2024. It's shipping the lowest. I'm on buy it now. This is what popped up. This is the 200 Bolivar. So it's 17 bucks. Okay. It's obviously less than 500, less than half, but you're paying a little bit more than half. Here's a Digitale for $30.94. So you have to continue to search, and you're going to find them. They're out here. They're available. Do your homework. Make sure you know where they're coming from, how it's going to be delivered, and make sure that you're buying it and not actually getting into an auction. And again, do not be surprised if they come out with a larger denomination with a Series 3 of the Digitale in 2025. It is March. They generally release everything in, from what I can historically see, March. So maybe this month they will drop some new currency on everyone. Don't know. Let me go over here to the comments because I'm sure you guys have some questions. I want to thank everybody for showing up. H.L. Smith, you're welcome. Arinka, how you doing? San Antone. Hello, Jenny Hayes. Hello, Golden Arrow. Hello, Eugenia. Why buy Venezuelan money future conversion? Well, Venezuela has the most, okay, the largest documented holding of oil reserves in the world. They probably have more barrels than every Middle Eastern country combined. The problem is politically, Venezuela has been mismanaged. That's why their currency is hyperinflated. Their country sucks. Prison system sucks. So basically what everybody's doing, especially here, we are all doing speculative investments. We are predicting that the future will be a better place for Venezuela economically, that their currency will reevaluate to the actual assets that the country retains, because that's what the rest of the world is going to do. I doubt Venezuela would want to, fall behind. That's why we are buying Venezuelan money. We are looking for a return on our investment. Now, if you get a penny per Bolivar, that's a slam dunk on game 7 of the finals for the winning goal. That's a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth of the World Series to win it all. And for football, it could be, the last Hail Mary, it could be a safety, anything to win the game. Something extremely out of the ordinary, outrageously spectacular. That would be a penny per Bolivar. So I don't expect that at all. I expect a fraction of a penny, maybe a 1/100th, 1/1000th, 1/10,000th as an exchange. Isn't the 1 million 1 million? No, the 1 million is $100 trillion note. They keep lopping off the zeros. This is why I try to explain to you guys without currency. Good question. I'm going to show you why. Can you tell me if this is a Fuerte, Soberano, or Digitale? Can you tell me if this is a Fuerte, Soberano, or Digitale? So show them again. This one, Soberano, Fuerte, Digitale. Fuerte, Soberano, Digitale. Do you know the difference? Can you tell the difference? Because it just says 2, right? I wrote 2,000 afterwards. Or 20,000. Boom. There you go. They look the same, don't they? The only difference you can tell is if you know who that politician is, and you know that the different years they put different politicians on here, and the date. Because I can look at the date and I know that's a Fuerte. I can look at the date and know that's a Soberano. I can look at the date and know that it's a Digitale. However, you wouldn't know unless you were educated, just like I just did. Now you know the difference because their currency, it looks the same all across the board. They're different colors. They might have some different background stuff, different politician, different animal or scene on the rear. But when it comes to the actual thing that you pay attention to, which is down here, is the numbers, right? That's the only thing you look at. That's a 2. I know what a 2 is. It says Dos Bolivars. This one says Dos Bolivars. But if you don't know, this is a type called a Fuerte. This is called a Soberano. Guess what? You think it's 2 Bolivars, but it's not. That's the difference. Then they want to throw 200 mil and then, 500 mil and then throw 1 million at you. But you're looking at this thinking that's 500 million Bolivars. That's 1 million Bolivars. So which one would be the largest valuation of Bolivar, right? You would automatically assume it's the 500 mil, right? But that's just a mil, and that's not correct. It's actually this one. And that would be the least valuable of the 3. So just looking at it and reading it, what it says can often lead to even more confusion. That's why I said the only thing that matters about the Venezuelan currency is the date. Next thing is the denomination, whether it's a 2, a 1, a 500, wherever it is. Series really doesn't matter because obviously the first series is the lowest denomination notes. The second series is the next level. And then the third, if they have one, is the highest level. Pattern. Pay attention to it. Venezuelan, more likely than not, will have a third series in the digitales. So look for that soon to happen. I would say within the year, if they don't reevaluate. That's what we're looking for. And make it rain sleep. Okay, that's a unique name. Thanks for joining the show. Hey, Floyd, good to see you. How you doing, Matt? And Beanie777, how you doing? Appalachian Mountains of Pennsylvania. Hey, you're welcome. I'm glad I'm just able to kind of decipher it and put it all together. I do make mistakes. I'm human. especially when it comes to math. So that's why I like to do these live. Obviously, I am in Mark Z's 6 o'clock time slot. He has finally relinquished the throne for Mondays and Fridays and decided he wanted to actually enjoy life a little bit more. And I totally understand why he's enjoying life. Because I've been down there and I know exactly what he's doing and where he's at right this minute. And I know he's really pissed off about his wheelchair. And I don't blame him because I've actually lifted that wheelchair up for him and put it in his truck. And it's actually a very light, very sound. I can't believe they broke it, man. You'd actually have to like almost really throw it down to try to break it because it's carbon fiber. So yeah, you're welcome. I will more likely than not be taking over both of his time slots. Listen, I'm not stupid. If I can just get a tenth of his audience, I'm good. So I will more likely than not be on every Monday at 6 p.m. So look for that. Obviously, I'm not going to follow up anymore on the Venezuela unless something new pops up or they come out with Series 3 for the Digitale. But I am going to be doing life after exchange videos live. So, I like to produce them, I would rather, I've tried to produce them utilizing without an audience, just recording them. And it just doesn't have the same effect because I'd like you guys I'd like to have your input as I'm doing it, as we're going through the different things that we're going to discuss. And so far I have like 40 different topics I want to address for that. I know I probably won't get them all done in, 2 a week. That'll be a long time. Hopefully we'll RV a lot sooner than that. So I will try to do as many as I can, as quickly as I can. It's all right, Beanie. Yep. Thank you for being here. And I hope Alaskan thinks that 100,000 add 3 more zeros. So happy I caught you live. Ordered some Digitales. Boy, is it expensive. Looking good. Yeah, I'm trying to get back in my groove where I was a year ago before I was rear-ended on the freeway and pretty much disabled. So I'm trying to get back in shape, trying to get back in the gym. I haven't been able to get back in the gym. So I'm definitely hitting the sun. Beautiful. It's been a beautiful week in Houston, aside from the little thunderstorms that we've had. Hello, Irene from Arizona. Baby Crab Cakes. Good to see you. And Anne is answering Eugenia. The world, or most of it, is changing from the fake money, which is fiat currency backed by nothing, to money that is backed by something of value, which is called asset-backed currency. And that's what we had before we got swindled into the Federal Reserve System here in the United States in 1911. And it was actually established in 1913. And we got some Arizonians in the house. And I buy all the uncirculated one. It's still a good deal. A lot of people are making it so hard. It's easy. I don't know. People sometimes just like drama in their life. So, I can't explain that. It doesn't matter whether it's circulated or uncirculated. And again, if there's 2 available, okay, and they're both the same price, one's uncirculated, one's non-circulated, it doesn't matter which one you buy. However, if there's 2 of the same ones, okay, and there's a circulated and an uncirculated, and the uncirculated is $100, circulated is $10, circulated. You do not need to pay $90 more just because you need a crisp, clean bill. Trust me, once they put it in that currency counter, they're not going to go, oh, you brought uncirculated bills. Let us give you a premium for that. No, you gave your premium away. So don't do that. Hey, Jeff, you're looking at it, doing a live, and I will be focusing all week on everything that I have to do with the books to get those completed so I can get those produced, especially Anne's book. I'm also working on a legal vehicle for myself. That looks like it's going to turn out to be a little bit more complicated than what I thought it was going to be. So that's eating up time as well. But we currently have the Cambridge Energy Research Association, CERA, in town, and they have taken over the George R. Brown Convention Center, Hilton Americas, and the Marquis Marriott. I am in demand for my services, and whoever has the most money will get my attention. So I already turned down one call today because I was already booked for another gig, making more money, working less hours. That's what it's all about, being in demand. All right, Robert Chandler, they are a great value. In my opinion, I have plenty, not buying anymore. And I agree with you. You know, there comes to a point when you have to say, you know, when is it just enough? I mean, now it's becoming obscene and profane to the point of addiction. Some people have taken this so far. I mean, most of the people that are in this are 50 and above. You know, there's some youngsters involved in this, but for the most part, it's all seniors, elderly, you know, people who are close to retirement or going to retire. So we don't have much time. And how much do you need, and how much can you spend? You know, how much stuff do you actually need? Me, I want to be as Spartan as possible, be able to move around and do what I want to do, and not have all this baggage I got to carry with me from place to place to place to place. That's just me. And we're going to go through that with the series Life After Exchange. The longer they take, the great accumulation opportunity. Yep, right. You know, it's just like XRP right now. It's in a dip. You know, I said if it goes below $2, I was going to buy more, and I meant that. And it's very, very, very close, and I may be buying more. Where am I getting these extra zeros? It doesn't make sense. Well, here, I'll show you. Here, let me go to the book. I'm not making this stuff up. We'll go read. All right, right here, this is the Banknote World booklet on the Venezuelan currency. And this is on the Bolivar. Blow this up. Venezuelan currency has been around since the late 1800s, and it wasn't until 2008 that it experienced major change. Due to high rates of inflation, the Bolivar Fuerte, which means strong, was adopted at the rate of 1 to 1,000 original Bolivars. The new Bolivar Fuerte banknotes were issued in denominations 2, 5, 10, 20, 50, 100. In 2016, the Bolivar Fuerte was redenominated to the 500 up to the 20,000 due to hyperinflation, and then again in 2017 with the 100,000 banknote, which I have shown and profiled. In 2018, the Bolivar Fuerte was removed from circulation, okay, but was not required by Venezuelan or the Venezuelan government or Venezuelan Central Bank to be turned in and exchanged for Soberanos. So the Fuerte and Soberanos are still legitimate currency. All right. So in 2018, the Fuerte was removed from circulation, replaced by the Bolivar Soberano, which stands for Soberano, Sovereign Bolivar. That's what that stands for, with 5 zeros being taken off. 5 zeros. Okay. In 2021, to curb rampant hyperinflation, a new currency was introduced to Bolivar Digitales at a rate of 1 million to 1 to the Bolivar Soberano. All right. So you're going to take those 6 zeros right there, and you're going to do what? You're going to replace it with 5 that were taken off, right? With 5 zeros being taken off right there. There's your 5 zeros. So add 5 to that. That's where I'm getting all these damn zeros from. The Venezuelan Bolivar was just named the Latin America liberator Simon Bolivar. All right, so let me kick this down. Let's go over here. Let's just show you what's what. These pages turn slow as hell. Here's the Fuerte. There's the 2, which is 2,000 original Bolivars, 5,000 original Bolivars, 10,000 original Bolivars, 20,000 original Bolivars. You see where these zeros are coming from? This is what hyperinflation looks like, where you can't print enough currency with enough zeros on it to keep up. See here, instead of putting this would be 100 million. If you're adding 3 zeros, 100 million Bolivars. And it says 100 because they didn't want to put 6 zeros on there. So when it changed from the Bolivar to here, it lopped off 3 zeros. And then when they printed the bill, they lopped off 3 more. Are you confused yet? That's where all the zeros are. It's called disappearing. And here we go. So for every 200,000 of these equals one of these. They don't make a 1 Soberano, they only make a 2. So it takes 2 of these to equal 2 of these. So this is 200,000 Fuerte, but it's really 200 million Bolivar because they lop 3 zeros off when they change it from Bolivar to Fuerte. Equals 2 Soberanos. Are you seeing where all these zeros are coming from? And here we're going to walk through the 3 series of the Bolivar Soberanos. I want to answer all your questions, and I want to make sure that you are satisfied with the results that I have provided and you comprehend exactly what this is all about. So it's not the physical note that you're actually buying. It's at the price point that you're paying for that particular note. Because you can go get some other notes and you can get them, for pennies. And that's a smoking deal if you buy right. But if you pay, hundreds of dollars for something that's worth pennies on an equation to the Fuerte to Soberano to Digitales, then you're losing out. So you see that how they're getting up here. This is a 50,000 note. And here we go to the 3rd series of the Soberano, where they came out with the 200 mil, the 500 mil, and then the 1 mil. And this one, they didn't even put any zeros on it. It's like, we're taking all the zeros off this one. We're so embarrassed. And of course, with all the counterfeiting profiles, and here they come out the Digitale. So it takes 5 of these babies to equal 5 Digitales. This is the lowest denomination they make of the Digitale, the 5. Remember, it takes 5 of those to equal this. So where are we at here? How many zeros did they lop off when they went from the Fuerte to the Soberano? Wasn't it 5? And then add 3 more to the actual Soberanos? Are you seeing where all these zeros are coming from? I know it's very confusing. So here's your first series one of the Digitales, issued in 2021. This particular booklet was printed before 2023, in which they came out with series two, which is the 200 and 500 Digitale. And you're not going to see it in the book, even though this is a digital catalog. It has not been updated. And again, here's the 500 Bolivar Digitale. This is series two of the Digitale. That's where I'm getting up all these zeros. Hey, Floyd, hope you're well. Much love from the UK. Thank you from England. Again, you may not know this, but obviously my last name is Tarvin, and I am an ancestor of Tarvin, England, which is right outside Cheshire. Banknote World has them too. I'm sure they do. I don't know what they cost. Thank you, Gigi, for that. There's a bunch of Gigi's. I know there's a Gigi, was it 117 or 117? Then there's Gigi Greatness. Now here's Gigi. A lot of Gigi's. Sabrina, how you doing? Golden Arrow, you're welcome. Arinka, watch John Clancy's John Ryan season 2 or 3. It portrays the State Department character John Ryan in Venezuela. It's an eye opener on Venezuela. Yeah, Venezuela, man. Poor citizens of Venezuela. Man, I'd fork over $1,000 for the Digitales if I knew for certain they were going to be in the basket. I agree with you, Pat. I agree with you. But, you can pick up 10 of these right here on eBay for $300. So you could pick up quite the bundle. Here, actually, let me put them all up there. And when everybody says they're going 1-to-1, I mean, seriously, they're going to give you $50 quadrillion. That's why I said it doesn't make sense. That's why, a 10,000th of a penny, which, it's going to start knocking off these zeros. 100,000th of a penny. That's what you're looking at right there. A millionth of a penny. That's why when people throw out these numbers, I'm just like, absolutely no way. I heard the Bolivar will be at 53 cents. That's 53 cents. I just want you to really, look at that, because if you're saying it's 53 cents and you go over here to eBay, go back, 53 cents. 53 cents. Let me change that. Yeah, you can get 5 Digitales for $1.99. So if this was to exchange, okay, $1.99 to exchange for 53 cents, per Bolivar. You know that number cannot be right. That's just impossible. Beanie, 3-4 years ago, I wrote down in my journal, Mark Z had a price of 0.00274. You know, that's very, very, very generous, in my opinion. But it's more realistic than a 1-to-1, obviously. Hi, Floyd. Do you think the Bolivar may revalue along with the 12 baskets of currencies? They wouldn't want to. Blaze Preneurs by Sharon R. Johnson. Blaze Preneurs. Okay. That's a tongue twister for me. As I said in my first 4 parts of the Venezuelan currency explained, due to the political unrest in Venezuela, till they can figure out who their president is, their election circumstances, the current arrest warrants for Maduro outstanding by various countries. I don't see Venezuela doing anything. They just need to stabilize politically before I see anything happening. Could they? It's a possibility. I just don't think they're obviously they're not fiscally responsible because they have hyperinflated currency. So I just don't see that happening. I would hope that they would, but I just that's why I see it coming in at a hyper fractionalized exchange rate where we're not going to get 1-to-1 or even anything close to 1-to-1. That's just my opinion. You don't have to take it. So are you suggesting if Venezuela comes out with a 2025, obviously you want to purchase the best bang for the buck. And that's real easy to do. And I explain this to people. Hey, have you ever been to Walmart? Okay. And you went to the coffee aisle and you were looking at a container of 16 ounces of coffee and Folgers, no endorsements here. Okay. Folgers was $9.99 for 16 ounces. And then next to it was Maxwell House, but it was an 18-ounce container and it was for $9.99. And you didn't care for the flavor. They're about the same. You didn't, don't like one over the other, but you're on a budget. So obviously you would choose the 18 ounces of the Maxwell House for the same price as the 16 ounces of the Folgers. That just makes economical sense. It's less per ounce. That's all you're doing here is you're applying the same process, methodology, same math to get your purchase at the lowest cost to you per value of the note. So I'm saying in 2025, they would more likely than not come out with a Series 3 of the Digitale, simply because they come out with the Series 1 and Series 2. And obviously, they have not gotten a handle on their politics, their fiscal responsibilities, assets. Oh boy, here we go. Faith, family, and freedom. Hi, Floyd. Question. Someone I met follows Phil G. Do you still have the video you showed about him being in a deposition, if I'm remembering right? I do. It's probably available over on my Rumble. If not, send me an email at the Fearless Floyd Show at yahoo.com or call me on my cell phone right here. Works 9 to 9. If you need to find my number, go to my website, thefearlessfloydshow.com. Scroll all the way down the very, very, very bottom. Boom. And then my Phone number and address will appear. Give me a jingle. I will answer your questions for you. But yes, on YouTube, I took all those down. I'm pretty sure I followed suit on all my other platforms, but it is possibly still up. If not, I will personally send you that video. I will do it in Telegram. I can't send it through an email unless I use a third party storage, cloud storage. The reason I use Telegram, folks, is because if you have a paid subscription to Telegram, you can automatically transfer 4 gigabytes of data instantly. So if I want to send you any video that I've ever created, I can do it in mere minutes via Telegram. Click, add, click, and you've got it. It just has to download into your system. That's why I use Telegram. A lot of people don't use it because of all the scams and all that stuff. And I agree with that. If you utilize it as a tool and not a social media platform, it's perfect. The problem, most people want to use it as a social media platform, and that's not what it is. As I said, if Telegram and Zoom merge, that would be perfect. Zoom is, you've almost got to have a PhD in Zoom to operate Zoom extensively. You're in Arizona as well. Okay. Etta, how you doing? Etta Christina Brim. Thank you for taking time to share important information with us. Yes, I try. I've been scammed. I understand what it is to get scammed. I understand buyer's remorse. So will the USD go up or down? Well, you're talking about the US dollar. We can talk about the Federal Reserve note or the US dollar. Federal Reserve note, the REIT, and you've heard, everybody admits that the US dollar Federal Reserve note is a Ponzi scheme. The US treasuries that we're selling, Ponzi scheme. Governments, local, county, parish, state, Ponzi schemes. Okay. They sell bonds and they survive on fines, fees, and taxes off the citizens like parasites that they are. And believe me, they waste money like you would not believe. BRICS is established. BRICS would like to do their own thing, but they can't. If they pull the rug out from under the United States dollar, i.e. Federal Reserve note, their country will collapse as well, if not go into bankruptcy or just, it would leave some countries wide open to invasion by other countries for whatever reason that they would want to, simply because they don't have the money for a defense budget. They don't have a defense budget. They've been relying on the United States, which, as you know, the unholy trinity, which is what? Vatican City, Vatican in Rome, which is its own country, its own police force, flag, everything. City of London, Washington, D.C. So what are those three? The Vatican is the world's religion. City of London is the world's finance. Washington, D.C. is the world's police. That's the unholy trinity. They all work in conjunction behind the scenes. It's going to continue to inflate until the United States current administrative government does a full accounting, has a balanced budget, and is able to identify and ledger assets on its books. And then and only then, I think, will the Federal Reserve be abolished. New currency will be issued by the United States Treasury Bureau of Printing. and they will be, U.S. Treasury notes or U.S. notes, or, I don't know if they even want to go back to the U.S. dollars. But the reason is because all the major countries, they all rely on each other in some form or fashion via the US dollar or treasuries. And until the United States gets a grip, just like Venezuela. Does that mean that the dinar can reevaluate without anybody else? Oh, absolutely. I would see that. I would see Iraq being the linchpin, the first domino to fall to create that domino effect of forcing other countries who are ready but haven't made anything public, maybe Vietnam, but cause this cascading effect for all these countries to start immediately adopting, going to an asset-backed currency, reevaluating it, and pulling old currency off the streets. We don't know what this looks like. We're all, everybody assumes there are going to be X amount of countries to go in this first exchange, and I don't think that that's going to be it at all. I just think there's too much uncertainty in the world. I don't think enough countries are on the same page, across the board. BRICS is trying to, but even they are not in 100% harmony in everything that they want to do. I like the idea of them getting together and kind of forcing the U.S. hand, because, us that really follow this stuff, we know that our governments are out of control. Our local, county, parish, state, and federal governments out of control. Court system out of control. Out of freaking control. You just saw, the Supreme Court just said, oh, well, we need to, hey, you got to send that $2 billion that you committed. What? How are you going to tell we, the people, how to spend our money? If we don't want it because we elected somebody to put into office to stop that bullshit, and you just went in and overrode the will of the people. Bullshit. So, well, I think it'll go up or down. I think it's going to continue to inflate until change is made, until there's an accounting. And if you go watch the videos that I did on the U.S. debt, you can hear the Secretary of Interior talk about the $36 trillion of U.S. debt is just a pittance compared to the assets of the United States that have been taken off the books, off the ledger, or have been mismanaged and unaccounted for. And you hear the Republicans talking about, oh, we're going to have a balanced budget. And let me throw this in on you, and I'm going to do a whole separate video about this, because I know a lot of people from the private or sovereign community, okay, and I'm not labeling you, but I know y'all watch my videos, even though I don't cover that anymore. But let me tell you, I was trying to tell you guys, 2024, you have your chance to go in and run for elected office and make change from within. Okay, if you want a de jure government, you want common law, and you want to get rid of admiralty law, you want to get rid of the bar system, go get elected and make change that way. Just like the Democrats almost succeeded in doing, because if you followed me, I went and showed you guys the Democratic playbook that I actually received in prison and brought out of prison with me, and found it, I don't know, I think last year or something, digging through all my stuff, and I went, holy crap, I remember this book. And it was the playbook of how they start out at these low-level elected positions, and they work their way up over time to where they're in a position of strength, like they've done here in Texas. The Democrats control all the major cities: Dallas, Austin, San Antonio, Houston, El Paso, Corpus Christi, even though we have a Republican state government. How's that work? Because they went in through the elected offices and they made change. So I'm telling everybody, if you want to change your government, you want to change, okay, and you're in an assembly or whatever that looks like. 2026, folks, the midterm elections, wide fucking open. If Trump continues to do what he's doing and doesn't have any, stumbles or really serious missteps along the way, if you just get on the ticket as a Republican in 2026, you will probably not even have to go out and campaign. You're going to get it on the straight line ticket. Because the Democrats are going to implode if they haven't already. Hey, girlfriend, I'm doing a live video and I saw your post. I will call you back as soon as I'm done. Bye. That is a friend of mine who is doing a process to discharge her bills. And guess what? She called me. Didn't say a word, did I? So anyway, that's what I think about the U.S. dollar and the current economic goings on. So that's why I always, when Trump speaks, I try to always turn him on and listen. I may not watch it. I may not even pay attention, but I listen for those statements that catch my attention. They go, what did he just say? And there's three things, folks. And this is a must-have for Trump and his administration. Truth, okay, transparency, and accountability. And if we don't see some accountability in the next 6 months, we're going to start hearing a little revolution happening. There's going to be some pretty upset people that we have not seen. These politicians, these celebrities getting arrested, getting charged, having trials, plea bargains, prison sentences, and possibly some executions. 86, don't know. Make it rain. Money is to help animals. Yes, I was talking about that. Oh, well, I don't think any of you have asked, but you have asked in prior videos. And today I did speak to Elizabeth Rodriguez of the Rodriguez estate, not to be confused with the Rodriguez Trust. I'm sorry, I got that backwards. Elizabeth is over the Rodriguez Trust. Jeff Rahm is the asset manager for the Rodriguez estate. Okay, so I did talk to Elizabeth today. Had a very candid conversation, and I asked her to come on the show again. And she had to ask permission. Stay tuned for the show. All right. I wonder why so many websites show the VES Soberanos at $0.015. I don't know. I mean, Derek, just do the math. Thank you for coming in and paying attention to the show. I mean, just look, whip out your phone, get your calculator programmed up, and start doing some math. And no country can afford to make you a quadrillionaire, a trillionaire, even a billionaire. Because just imagine if it went, 1-to-1, even if it went at a penny to per Bolivar. So if you're sitting on a brick of 1 million Soberanos, okay, that's a quadrillion. 1-to-1, nah. 1 to a penny. So Just knock off a couple zeros and, still you're in the trillions. So you go start knocking off a whole bunch of those zeros, get you down to 100,000 millionaire maybe. That makes sense. That's plausible sense. They have the resources to cover that. 1 to 1, a penny to 1. It's impossible. Cooper's an animal. He wants to be taken care of. I don't blame him. But anyway, I was talking to Elizabeth about this today, and we were discussing the back and forth between her and Jeff, and how she's taken the high road and all of that, and obviously Jeff has chosen his own path. But of course, I get to hear the brunt of both sides, unfortunately. But we made the point together that, this whole thing is nothing but for humanity. It's not for us. It's for humanity. It's not for our ego. It's not even for our kids. It's for humanity, to help everyone, so we can all be in harmonious. Oh, man. Thanks for the PDF chart. You're more than welcome. I know I suck at math too. My mom sucked at math. That's where I got it from. And again, when I hit fourth grade, from third grade to fourth grade, I had spent so much time in the principal's office, suspended from school, out in the hallway, or couldn't go to school because of my visible physical abuse from my father. Black eyes, bruises, shit like that, busted lips. By the time I got to fourth grade, I had no clue what the hell they were talking about. I was 100% lost on everything. English, math, the whole 9 yards, to the point where I just put my pencil at the front of the desk and just sat back and went, fuck it. I'm done. And that's when I quit school. Fourth grade. Kept going. Mentally, not there. Never read a book until I was in prison. Yeah. Never read a book in junior high, high school. Never studied for a test. Never studied for a pop quiz. Never did homework. Didn't take my books home. They were either in my locker or my car. Don't even remember my senior year. Yeah. Everything I know is self-taught. Zona, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Everyone in a community chat said they wanted to go in and exchange today. The rate go up. Yeah, I don't know that. I don't know anybody who's going anywhere to exchange anything. Mark's talking about his bondholders have money. They don't have all their money. They have some money. He described it as a minuscule amount. Floyd, when did these 500 digitales come out? I've never seen these before. They came out in 2023. 2021 is when they came out with the digitales. 2023, they came out with the second series of the digitales. And due to the history of the Venezuelan currency, more likely than not, they will have a 2025 issued series 3 of the digitales. So expect to see a 1 mil. I don't know where they're going after the 500, but yeah, expect to see higher denominations. Pat, am I going to do more series Life After Exchange? Yes, absolutely. I'm going to do them live. I will begin doing them on Mondays and Fridays at the 6 p.m. Central Standard Time slot that Mark Z has surrendered for longevity. And I'm going to accept those slots. I'm not stupid. So the best deal is the Digitale. I'm not going to say that's the best deal because it depends on what you pay for the actual note. If you pay $3,000 for a 500 Digitale note, you way overpaid 100 times what you could actually buy it for. So if you just like went on somebody's website and they were selling it for $3,000 and you didn't know any better, that you could go to eBay and get it for $31 to $33, then you would overpay. And of course, that would not be a good deal. If you went to eBay and got it for $3, that would be an unbelievably smoking deal, and we'd all want to get in that line. That's how you have to look at it. The price you're paying per Bolivar. And you have to understand, comprehend, understand the actual value of the note, because what you're going to read on the note, it's going to say 2, but that's actually 2,000 Bolivar. Okay. And then you're going to look at another note that's going to look almost identical, but this one is 20,000 Bolivar. There's a difference, and they look almost identical. Here, for you. See, there's really no difference. Color, images, everything else, same. The book, The Sudden Wealth Solution by Robert Pagliarini. I've heard that's a really good book. Very helpful. Yep. Floyd, I'm set at the 0.015 rate, but the sanctions stop it, unfortunately, unless Maduro has an arrangement with Trump. I don't know. That's a penny, folks. That's a penny and a half. I'll take that all freaking day long. If I could get that from my Bolivar, I could care less about Iraqi dinar, Zimbabwe dollars, Vietnamese dong. Okay, that's how confident I am in the exchange rate numbers of a penny or less. Sorry for the tongue twist. Okay, yep. Okay, what about 24 cents? No. Just do the math, do the numbers. It's an impossibility. Because I guarantee you, this note right here, focus, come on, light, there we go. This note right here, the 1 mil, there's a bunch of people who got bricks of this stuff. Bricks. This stuff was so plentiful, it was floating down the streets of Venezuela. They wouldn't even wipe their ass with it. There's videos you can go on YouTube and you can watch Venezuelan children taking these and folding them up. If you remember correctly, we used to take the old chewing gum wrappers and you fold them and then you create these baskets and picture frames and all that stuff. That's what they were doing. They were making bowls out of currency. I've heard rumor of people insulating their homes with currency because it's so devalued. Question, realistically, what do you think about Bolivar go at? Around, in my opinion, if we get 1/100th of a penny, I'll be amazed. But I think it's going to be more like a 10,000th of a penny to, I would say, 100 millionth of a penny. And I say that because due to the political circumstances in Venezuela, I don't think anybody has a true grasp upon the value of all the assets of Venezuela. And until we actually, have something concrete, substantial with administration in Venezuela that we can trust, giving us numbers that we can have confidence in to make a wise financial investment, or wraps. You're more than welcome. That's all I've tried to do, been my main goal. If I can just help out one person per day, I've done, done my duty as a humanitarian. Where did the whole RV started, or where did it start? That I'm not the historian for all of that. If you want to know more about that, I would say go to Mark Z's website, check out that. Go check out Mike Cottrell, Mr. C. They are extremely better historians about the facts of the reevaluation, the Sarge, Sara, all of that. Dr. Scott, he's also very knowledgeable. I'm sure there's many others out there in social media that are knowledgeable as well. And I don't follow those people. A few months back, they were saying 36 cents. Yeah, that's just, I encourage everybody, yeah, this is how deep you can go. And I told y'all, if I have any real, true numbers nerds in here, some CPAs or wannabe CPAs, all you got to do is go to this website right here. Prediction value of $100 from 1981 2023. And this is the Venezuelan currency. And it shows you everything. But what's good about this is they will give you, and I closed it out, an Excel spreadsheet. I believe, is that it? I gotta go find it again. Yeah, I don't see it. Is that it? Nope. Something else. Let me see if it's over here. Like I said, I got 10,000 tabs open. So bear with me. Waiver. Nope. It must have accidentally gotten closed out. So let me. Inflation calculator. Saturday. Wednesday. What the heck is going on? I don't know why I can't find it. Did I download it? I actually did download it. Here it comes. Finally. All right. Sorry about that. This is from the Venezuelan Central Bank. That's where I got this. That's why I couldn't find it. So you have to go to their website. But as you see, the years over here, and these are all Bolivar, okay, because we're looking at the year 2007, 2006, 2005, 2004. So you're going to come over here, and now we're 2008. We're into Fuerte. And this is going to tell you exactly how much Fuerte they issued. That's 166.4 million Bolivar. So every year it shows you exactly how much they released into circulation. Like I said, if I got some nerds in here, boy, boy, oh boy, here's you a happy playground. And you see it stops in 2020, right? Why? Because we get over here to the digitales. Oops, I went too far. These are the digitales. Reconversion. So this only goes to 2023. This is available on the central bank website. So if you, you're a nerd's nerd, there you go. And you can just do the math. If you're the math whiz, you got some people that are math whizzes, just shoot these numbers over to them and tell them, hey, man, figure this out for me. Parts 1 through 4. 1 is just an introduction. Hey, there's Gigi. So another one of the GGs. How you doing? Welcome to the show. She's a good supporter. RVRI happen with countries. This is one orchestrated between many countries to happen, which goes first, second, etc. is only known by their ability to go. Yes, I would agree with that, Cooper. There's going to be some that, are still trying to get their banking system caught up with everybody else. They're just not physically going to have the components within their economy to follow suit if other countries reevaluate their currencies. They're going to have to catch up. Look at Iraq. Saying that's why Iraq has not revalued their currency yet, because they're still trying to get everything functioning, get rid of the corruption, find out who's stealing, embezzling, etc., etc. Us all were plane-loads of golds we just sent to New York. In your opinion? Yeah, we're hearing reports about that. Not in Chicago. There's Gigi. You're right. Yeah, second one. And I'll give you an example of that baby crab cakes of what happened to my friend. Well, I can't really call her a friend, an associate called Carmen. Carmen ran for the 18th Congressional District, which I know everybody has heard of, the late Sheila Jackson Lee, right? Well, the 18th Congressional District was hers, which I live in. And of course, you all know that U.S. Congressperson Sylvester Turner just passed away, right? 18th Congressional District. Is there a curse on it? Does the 18th Congressional District have turbo cancer? Good question, right? So anyway, Carmen ran for that office. And this was 2020, 2022? Maybe 2022, I believe. So I was like, I'm so frustrated with politics and our politicians here from Texas because most of them just suck fucking ass. Okay. I'm just going to be blunt about it. I don't care, Republican, Democrat, they fucking suck ass. Very disappointed with Texas politics. So I was like, maybe I should run. I was like, who ran against her last time? Who ran against Sheila Jackson Lee? And I went and looked it up in Ballotpedia, and I found Carmen. It's like, that woman lost to Sheila Jackson Lee? She must really be stupid or something. I mean, Jesus. How could she be defeated by the dumbest politician in U.S. history, Sheila Jackson Lee? So I went and looked her up. Entrepreneur, successful, former 1984. What? Miss Venezuela. Huh? I know. 1985, Miss Universe. What the fuck, Floyd? How did that woman get defeated by Sheila Jackson Lee? Hello, is this Carmen? Yes, this is Floyd. Floyd Butzer-Tarvin the fourth. Yeah, I host a show called the Fearless Floyd Show. How the fuck did Sheila Jackson Lee defeat you? Well, Floyd, you're not going to believe this. Oh, try me. Then Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, a Republican, in name only, allegedly, came to Harris County, Texas, where Carmen was running for office, and pulled all funding for, let me repeat that, pulled all Republican National Party funding from every MAGA candidate. Okay? Didn't pull it from every Republican, just the MAGA candidates, the one who supported Trump. You heard me correctly. Then Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, came to Harris County and pulled all funding from all MAGA candidates. That's why I tell all you folks, until you, decide, you know what? I'm tired of Anna Von Reitz's assembly bullshit, and I really want to make a change. And this is a perfect opportunity for me to get in there and do it. Of course, it takes money to run. But if you went in the city of Chicago right now and you said you're going to run for mayor, and you're going to lock up every one of these liberal Democrats who just fucked up your county and your city, and you're going to hold them all accountable and you're going to prosecute them to the full extent of the law, you're going to win every time. It's your message. It's your platform. It doesn't take much to be heard. You just have to have the right words. I agree. There's a whole bunch of people that need to be sent to prison, and a whole bunch of people that need to be executed, and there's a whole bunch of people that need to go to a supermax federal prison and put in the cement box 24/7. Absolutely. And they should never have any communication with anybody ever. 100% solitary confinement. You should live to suffer for what you've done to this country and the people of this country, because we're going to reap the repercussions for what you've done to this country for decades. We can't clean this shit up in 4 short years, believe me, because it's been decades of illegal immigration in the United States, and they've been assimilating. They've been having babies like there's no tomorrow. And those babies have grown up and they've graduated from school. They're in college, and now they're, producing citizens. But their parents got here illegally. And I'm way off topic, aren't I? All right, let me skim through these so I can get this wrapped up for you guys. I know I'm rolling on 2 hours. Have to beat that 2-hour deadline. Otherwise, some of these videos, I can't upload them to social media platforms if they're longer than 2 hours, which makes no sense. Other countries want to extradite him. Yep, absolutely. Faith, family, freedom. Oh, I know y'all want to know that. We all want to know. So, yeah. Let's see. What did your mom say about that, Floyd? My mom say about what? That hit me back to what my mom said about that. Some arrests have been happening. No. We should see arrests like every freaking day. All the mainstream media, they should be doing nothing but talking about people being arrested all over the world. Every freaking day. All these people who've committed treason right in front of our eyes, lied to the American people. You know, Hunter Biden, they should be locking that dude up. Nancy Pelosi, Mitch McConnell. I mean, I can sit here and go, Alejandro Mayorkas. I can go down the list. This is what I'm talking about, truth, transparency. That's why there's going to be a revolt against the MAGA movement. If there is not, okay, a shit ton of people getting arrested. Because remember, day one, which was January 21st, day one, we were supposed to get all this information, right? We're going to start seeing arrests. We haven't seen shit, nothing. And believe me, I'm very hard on the Trump and Trump administration simply because politics revulses me. It's bullshit because they come out and they just, give you this political retort, bump their gums, and have you believe what they say they're going to do, and then they never do it. So I'm talking to you directly, Donald John Trump, and telling you, bro, we ain't having this shit. If you think you're going to continue to skate month after month after month, and nobody's going to sit here on social media and hold your ass accountable for not doing what you say with these promises kept, promises made, promises kept, no. We want to see some heads fucking roll, literally. All these rumors about guillotines. Yeah, we've heard all the rumors. They're all rumors. They're all bullshit until you make something happen. So that's what I say. I was totally dumb, but totally smart when it comes to numbers and education in my later years. I went to college, money to make myself good grades. Made me feel so I could do anything. Yeah, absolutely. I get that. How many are in a brick of Bolivar? 1,000 notes. A brick is 1,000 notes. Doesn't matter what the denomination is. A brick is 1,000 notes. So a lot of the wrapped currency that you see, those US dollars on those pallets, each one of those cellophane wrapped items is a brick. I had a severe learning disability. I poke fun at myself every now and then when I say I was dumb. Now I'm glad to know, right? 2,500 in a brick, I believe. No, 1,000 in a brick. GG, I was on eBay today. That's where I bought some of my currency anyway, especially due to some of the sellers with websites sell on eBay, right? You have that book. I know it's a great book, Sudden Wealth. All right, I'm trying to get down here, catch up. Hey, Floyd, there's something about to go down concerning Venezuela and their currency might bomb again. Promise all day. I'm not finished reading it. This is what I tell you. This is series 3, okay? If their currency is going to bomb again, that means they have to come out with an even hyper-inflated denomination because it's taken a gazillion of these lower notes, the Fuerte and the Soberanos, and now the lower denomination Digitales to go purchase a loaf of bread. So now they have to come out with a higher denomination Digitale. That's a possibility. So again, look for series 3. Let me know what you think about that. Email me, GG, and let me know. You're welcome, Dave. Matt C. Can you post a link to that site? Which site, Matt? Tell me and I'll post a link. And as you know, you can always hit me up in Telegram, give me a call, or email me. And I would tell you guys my phone number, but it might get the video taken down because of the AI algorithm that listens to all the videos in real time. We have been buying foreign currency. Hey, Anthony, welcome to the show. Hope for the RV, the currency still waiting. Anyone know what that the currency will RV, or if you're hoping it to RV, which? Well, we're all sitting on pins and needles just waiting for things to happen. Obviously, the fact that the bondholders are have real activity is a great sign for us. I have a CMKX connection. Nothing's happening with that. Oh no, Sasha's been laying out in the sun all day. She's a sun dog. She worships the sun. She's like me. Hello, Red Pill Queen. Do we want Fuerte, Soberano, or Digitale? Sorry if this is already answered. I saw this live just now. That just depends on what your purchase price is for what denomination of what you're purchasing. So the highest denomination for the Fuerte is the 100,000 or the 100 note. So if you can pick that up for a penny per note, that's a good deal. Okay. But if you're paying $100 for that note, that's not a good deal. So the Soberano, the highest denomination for Soberano is the 1 million note, 2021 million. If you can pick it up for a penny, that's a great purchase. If you pick it up for $100 per note, that's not a good purchase. Same thing with the Digitale. So you're looking for the best purchase price for the highest denomination note you can get. So obviously, if you have one Fuerte, that's worth 1,000 original Bolivars. If you had one Soberano, that's worth what? We're getting into math. And I have to look at my chart. So if you have 1,000 original Bolivars, that's one Fuerte. That one Fuerte two Venezuelan Soberanos. Oh, the breakdown. I'm getting tired, getting lost. But anyway, we have the chart. I think it will happen for Memorial Day. It needs to happen in March. Big club win in it. Michael, should I run for Chicago mayor? I think everybody should run for office. Just imagine if you would have ran for office in 2024, that you may already be in office. 2026, I think, should be a landslide for Republicans, just like the Democrats did in 2020 with Joe Biden, where they all just came in there and, flushed everybody out. All right. Yep, exactly. All right, Pat. So the question is, what do we do with all the currencies we've acquired? When currencies that do not go, what do we do? You sit on them and wait for that country to announce an exchange or a revaluation of their currency. And they will give you a timeline in which you will be able to go to a financial institution that is registered for that country's currency and do an exchange. I.e., if you wanted to get Mexican pesos, and I'm just using this as an example because they're right next door, and you went into Chase Bank and said, here's 100 US dollars. I need the exchange rate for Mexican pesos. I don't know what the exchange rate is, but let's just say it's 1-to-1. So $100, 100 pesos. So that's what it would look like. I think some of the countries that are going to lag behind there's not going to be an official revaluation where multiple countries go at once, and there would be a need for a specific facility just to exchange your currency to turn it in. And I tell everybody, look at the broader, bigger picture. Okay. If you're sitting on a brick of dinar, okay, and there's 100 people behind you in line to go do this exchange, and they all have a brick, okay, how much is that facility going to have worth of dinar at the end of the day when all 100 people go through there and do their exchange? Because all they did was give you a debit card with your credits on account. Okay. So if you did a brick of dinar and they gave you, 3-1, okay, and you dropped off 10 million dinar, and now you're walking out with $300 million on your debit card. However, there's $300 million worth of dinar that went in there that you deposited times 100. Imagine being a criminal and hitting that location and walking out with 100 bricks of Iraqi dinar that you could go to another facility and exchange as a whale. Things like that can happen. So that's why I try to tell everybody that the facility that we go to must be an extremely secure facility, able to hold billions, okay, not millions, billions of dollars. And anybody, what financial institution that you know today that retains multi-millions, even billions of dollars of assets, of hard cash currency on hand? Nobody. If you need $50,000 from a bank, they have to order it from the Federal Reserve Bank to get delivered to the bank so you can get your hard currency cash. Or they'll tell you, call the Federal Reserve Bank and have them deliver it, like Floyd Money Mayweather does. He orders it straight from the Federal Reserve Bank, and they back the armored truck up to his loading dock, and they unload all these $100 bills, and he goes out with, as his guys carry, Ziploc bags of $100 bills, and they go shopping. So that's the answer to that question. I meant boom again. You lost me, Gigi. All right, Matt. It was the Bolivar inflation number. Was it the CBV, Central Bank of Venezuela? I believe so. It's a quiet war, right? $30 is good. 25 is better. Yep. Arrests are happening on Real Raw News. Arrests have been happening on Real Raw News for years. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, the wrestler, the actor, celebrity, football league owner or co-owner, because he co-owns the XFL. Allegedly, he was tried and executed years ago. However, after he was executed, he bought the XFL, starred in multiple movies, done probably a dozen commercials. So before it was news, Real Raw News, nope. Nope. You're welcome for tonight. I enjoyed spending my evening with you guys, and my evening's not over. It's putting my nose to the grindstone, actually reading and getting to work. Gigi, read an article last week that the government is shutting down several Social Security offices across the country due to them not being used. I would agree with that. I can actually walk to my Social Security Administration office down here off 290. How you doing, Lakota? Thank you for joining the show with us. And you began to wonder if they were closing down the building and turn them into redemption centers. It's just a thought. Well, I'm going to put it to you guys just crystal clear and bluntly as possible. I did a video on Wells Fargo. The original bank that I, opened my account at on the corner of 43rd Street and 290, multi-story building. I think it was 7 or 8 stories. They recently remodeled the entire building less than 5 years ago. Okay. I would go in there within the last year or two on a Friday afternoon at 4 in the afternoon. One teller, one manager, a handful of customers. Usually there's a line, everybody out there trying to cash their check on a Friday. And about 21 cubicles empty. No employees to fill those cubicles. They downsized and they moved from that multi-story building to an end cap on a strip center. They actually have 2 to 3 tellers, a bank manager, and 2 associates to assist you. So they went from a multi-story bank building that was literally, you walk out the door and you look up and guess what you see? The Federal Bureau of Investigation Houston Division building. Literally right across the parking lot in the street. Perfect place for a redemption center. They got a vault. They have cubicles, secure facility right across from the FBI, right on the freeway, plenty of parking, ability to have security. And what did they do? They sold the building and tore it down, even to the fact they ripped it down beyond the slab, and now it's 100% dirt. Absolutely. And they did that. They started in November. It's March. So I don't know what to tell you guys of what a redemption center should, would, could be. I would love to be able to tell you, but that just baffled me. And I hear people talk about, yeah, they've got Wells Fargo people. Hello. It is, and I'm doing a live show. Can I call you back, or can you call me back in 1 hour? 1 hour. Gotcha. Thank you, brother. Bye-bye. So, I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know what we're going to do. Are we just going to go into a regular bank? That's a possibility. I don't know. I'm just telling you from my own experience, my own personal investigation. The actual manager for the new branch in the end cap is the same manager from the building that I originally set up my account in. We're, extremely friendly. When I walk in the bank, he always makes it a point to come up and say, "Hey, how you doing, Floyd? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. Can I help you with anything?" And usually we just sit there and bullshit. And I always ask him, "Hey, have you heard anything about the revaluation of currencies?" No. And he even got on a big conference call with people that were, obviously had more authority than he did. And he brought it up and they told him, "No, we don't know anything about that." So is Wells Fargo keeping it very secretive to their branch managers, regional managers, and only the executive administration at Wells Fargo knows what's going to happen? I don't know. I personally cannot go into a JP Morgan Chase bank and talk to those folks. I am banned from Chase Bank. When I give them my full name or my social security number, they go get law enforcement and escort me out of the bank immediately. Absolutely. Yeah. I tried to open up an account in my trust, and man, the guy kept going, I need your social. I need your social. I'm like, I'm not giving it to you. I'm not giving it to you. And eventually I said, you know what? I'm going to give it to you, and you're going to have me thrown out of the bank when I give it to you. And he just laughed at me. He thought I was full of shit. And then I gave it to him, and then he called the Houston police officer to come escort me out. And when she came to get me, I was like, hey, do you know my friend, blah, 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 who's a female Houston police officer? She goes, oh, yeah, I know her. I was like, she's my friend. And then everything kind of loosened up a little bit on my escort out the bank. But yeah, I'm banned from Chase Bank. That's why, I really want this to happen. I really want, to be wealthy, or at least my trust is going to be very wealthy. So when Chase Bank comes knocking at my door, hey, Floyd, can we have access to that money? It's like, no. Remember when y'all banned me? I need to see some heads roll. Truth, transparency, accountability. It's kind of the hip terminology we're using in 2025. Yeah. So don't think they won't ban you from a bank. I'm banned from Chase Bank. And Baby Crab Cakes. Thanks, Floyd. Country Live. Thanks for being here, sharing all your notes. Yep. And G Group, your money will be digital. It will be what's called, legal terminology, credits on account. That's what it's called. That's what you will have. It will be digital. Can you redeem that for hard currency cash? Absolutely. So don't think just because they give you a debit card and you have credits on account that that's not cash. Okay. It's digital. Absolutely. And we are in a digital society right now. Okay. When they came out with debit cards, they put everybody on the digital. When they came out with these bank apps, that put everybody in the digital realm. So technically, we're already operating under a digital cash society. Yes, we do still have, these US dollars floating around, and we do love to sling them to be seen. But yeah, it'll be digital. Chase banned General Flynn too. Well, hey, I'm in good company, right? Who thought I could be on the level with a general? So there we go. There's Citibank and Wells and others too. Yeah, it's HCBC. There's tons of other banks out there. And Chase did that to me because I took a promissory note and deposited it. It was only $250,000. And they accepted it, gave me a receipt. And then a couple days later, called me up, said, Mr. Tarvin, we're closing your account and returning you your promissory note and your deposit of $50 to set up the account. And they didn't tell me you're not welcome back in the bank, sadly. So it is what it is. I think I covered everything. Oh, let me dive over here. I wanted to cover this real quick for you guys. Yeah. All right. This is the Wikipedia on the Venezuelan Bolivar. So I encourage everybody to go read this. If you're going to invest in any Venezuelan currency, whether it's the original Bolivar, the Fuerte, the Soberano, or the Digitale, go read this. Go educate yourself. Take 30 minutes to an hour of your precious time, money, and energy and invest it in yourself and go read this. And again, this is Wikipedia, so take it all with a grain of salt but this will give you a great overview of Venezuela, its currencies, its economy, even what's going on in the black market, exchange rate history, their coins, currencies. And here you go. There's the Soberano, the sovereign Bolivar, like I told you guys. And here we get into the Digitales. These are the sovereign Bolivars. And here's your Digitales. There's your Series 1 from 2021 and 2024. It's actually 2023 is when these were released. And then you see they do them in brown, purple, orange, green, red, violet, purple, yellow, yellow, green. And they actually changed the front image of the note from just a singular Simon Bolivar to 3 different portraits of Simon Bolivar. Thank God, to differentiate the currencies from past currencies. So there you go. Just wanted to share that with you guys. Again, this is Wikipedia on the Venezuelan Bolivar. So I encourage everybody to go read this, go learn a little bit more about the currency that you are investing in. I would hope before you invest in a stock or a cryptocurrency that you would do your due diligence and do your research and your homework before you invested your hard-earned money into a speculative commodity. Yeah, they blacklisted me. You know, I'm just going to be another wealthy agent, or basically I'll be an agent for wealth. Let me rephrase that. And there's going to be a bunch of us out there, and I'm sure Jamie Dimon's not going to go, oh, hey, look, that guy over there, we need to get him over here with me because, his trust is worth a lot of money. That's not going to happen. I don't need Chase Bank. Chase Bank's going to need me. They probably won't need me. They'd like to have me, but it's not going to happen. So anyway, Ann's book coming up. I know some of you don't know anything about it. Did I bring it up over here? I did not. So let me go get it and pop it up for you guys. Actually, let me pop them all up. Here we go. I'm going to go over here to... And of course, I'm on StreamYard, so my computer's running slow as hell. There we go. And there we go. So let me get that one. And I'm going to go get another one. This is Ann LaFleur. Well, this is Ann LaFleur's new book on specialty trusts. It has the full instructions, templates, examples to create these various trusts. Which trusts? a qualified personal residence trust, qualified terminal interest trust, irrevocable life insurance trust, third-party special needs trust, community property trust, asset protection trust, discretionary trust, ministry trust, decedent trust, perpetual family trust, testamentary discretionary trust, grantor retained annuity trust, irrevocable farm trust, a pets trust, AB trust, marital trust, and it will also have one trust included in it that I am adding to the book that will give you an opportunity to claim your DNA as trust property. So this book will be very extensive. It will be extremely similar to the original book that we did together. This one on trusts right here. This contains revocable, irrevocable, foreign, charitable, remainder, express, college education, and land trusts. One volume, third edition, how to create and operate all those different trusts. It has instructions, templates, examples, everything that you're going to need. This also includes stocks, bonds, deeds, transfers, power of attorney fee schedules, meeting minutes, checkbook ledger, final will and testament, on and on and on and on. So this is a great book. It's available at my store, and we have a new one coming out in the next few days. I will have pre-orders available. So if you want to pick up that book or combination or something else, it'll be available. So I have not yet sent it to the printer to get it printed, talking about this book. But it's almost ready. It's just up to me to finish my part of it, go through the book and correct any errors that are in the book and get it to final stages of print quality. So that's what I'm working on. This book will, I believe it's going to be the same price. Ann and I discussed that, and we have not finalized it, but for the most part, I would assume that it would be the same price as the On Trust book. We'll probably do a discount for a combination if you want to buy both. I am extremely generous with my products and how I operate as far as people who purchase stuff through my store. I had a really difficult morning this morning because somebody purchased a package from me during the holidays, which, obviously goes back to December. It was a multi-item package, which was valued at $789. After they purchased it, of course, I sent them all the digital products. They decided they wanted to file a claim with me against PayPal. I submitted all the documentation. I fulfilled the order, the agreement. PayPal ruled in my favor. Well, I didn't know that PayPal has a 10-day window to allow the buyer to change the reasons that they were unsatisfied with their purchase. And over the weekend, because I was working and busy and tired and just really didn't want to be Fearless Floyd on Sunday and decided to take the day off and deal with everything Monday morning, well, apparently my 3 days to reply had elapsed, even though I spent over an hour on the phone with PayPal when the initial thing happened. So I had to contact PayPal again this morning. We went through all that. PayPal ruled against me on the appeal, even though the buyer received the products. In Texas, that's theft. And Texas has a penal code called law of parties. So PayPal has now entered into a criminal offense called theft. Even though it's a mere misdemeanor under the law of parties, PayPal is now criminally negligent in the theft of my property. So I went to PayPal this morning, and while I was on the phone with my customer service agent, I emptied everything out of that account and sent it to my trust account. I will more likely than not be closing down the PayPal portal for purchases. They sent my file to what they call the back office for a review. I don't know what they're going to do, but that's where I stand with PayPal. That's what I went through first thing this morning. I will not tolerate thieves. I will not tolerate liars when it comes to my products or my store. And if you decide you want to purchase stuff and then get your money back after you receive my product, I will personally go to the Harris County District Attorney's Office and file charges on you. I'm currently awaiting PayPal to send me the full legal name of that purchaser so I can go file charges against them. And if I have to file a civil suit to recoup my funds and my money in a justice of the peace court here in Harris County, that's what I will do. So if you think you're going to come over here and fuck around and find out, you're going to fuck around and find out. I don't care about the $789. I don't even care about the products. It's principle. Because I'm extremely generous. Had the buyer reached out and contacted me at the very beginning and just said, hey, you know what, Floyd? I think I made a mistake. That's not what I wanted to buy. Or I meant to buy something else. Or, hey, can I have a refund? And you know what? This was my counteroffer to PayPal when they filed the second appeal. Hey, if they changed it and they said that they wanted a physical book or they thought the classes were physical books, I will send them a physical book for free. Just get me their name and their address and I'll print out a shipping label with a tracking number, send you the tracking number so you can send it to the customer, and I'll send them a book and they can still have the ebook and they can have all those classes that they paid for. That was unacceptable to them. And they decided they wanted to be liars and thieves. Obviously, they're a liar because they said one reason and they got shot down. Then they changed it. They lied and said, oh, no. This is really why we want our money back. So, again, it's not about the money. It's principle with me. And that's what I go through. Let's see. What's the website? I don't know what website you're talking about, GG. And before I go, hit me up and ask that question again. Wealthy son of a gun, right? Did you run naked through their bank? How does one get banned? Walk in there with a $250,000 promissory note that you wrote and deposit it. They'll ban you. That's what got me banned. Will I be accessible after the RV? It depends on what you consider accessible. Will I still be on social media? Yeah, I'll be, giving you a little update on what I'm doing. Will you be able to call this phone and get a hold of me? Absolutely not. Because as soon as it goes down, this phone is going to my personal assistant, and I will have a personal assistant that every phone call this phone receives. I will have a completely different cell phone number. Getting a hold of me will be on a do I want you in my life basis, that kind of thing. Because I don't want anybody negative. I don't want anybody, if you're not beating me up now for money and friendship or love, And why the fuck would I want to pay attention to you now when I have everything that I've ever wanted in life? Because you didn't accept me now. Why would I need to accept you now? Because now you're just after me for one thing, the wealth. That's not attractive to me. I want you because you want to be friends with me, because you like me, you want to hang out with me, you want to do things with me, you want to be my friend. You call me up, hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm fine. Well, I even had one of my viewers call me up, hey man, are you okay? And I'm like, am I okay? What do you mean, am I okay? Well, I heard there were some tornadoes went through Texas and Oklahoma and all the way to Florida. And I'm looking outside, it's beautiful, and I'm going, really? Tornadoes? In Houston? I mean, I was stunned. So, those are the kind of friends I want. Friends call me up and say, hey, I'm going to do this weekend. You want to go? Or, I hadn't seen you in a while. Would you like to go to dinner? Would you like to go to lunch? That kind of thing. Those are the kind of friends I want. And if, they're not doing it now, they're not going to do it later. And if they do it later, I know why they're doing it later. It's not because they want to be with me. They want my money. Bethany, welcome to the show. Copilot AI is currently listing Bolivar exchange at 0.015. Is this correct? Can we exchange now in the U.S.? No. That may, I don't know if that's a correct exchange rate between Bolivar to U.S. dollars. I don't know. Can you exchange in the U.S.? No, you can't find a bank that'll take Venezuelan Bolivar that'll do the exchange. Chase doesn't do it. Wells Fargo doesn't do it. And that's a problem you're going to run into. Some positive news. 81 trillion Citibank on the news was a foreign currency transaction. Okay, we need a little bit more context than that. I hate PayPal. They will also lock up your money. Yeah, Gigi, until today, I've never, ever, ever had a problem with PayPal. And if I've had a problem with them, I've been able to call them up, and it's always been settled in my favor, where everybody walks out with a happy face. That's my new term. Everybody needs to leave with a happy face on. You got a happy face? Good. Job's done well. So yeah, I told them on the phone that, if you do not reverse this and rule in my favor over, almost said it, over $789, I will transfer all my funds out of that account, and I will shut it down to where I will do no more financial transactions via PayPal through my website. And all you have to do is go back and look and see how much business I've done over the past 3 years utilizing PayPal on my website. If that doesn't get your attention, then nothing I will ever accomplish get PayPal's attention. So it's better for me just to move on and utilize other sources of service providers, do my transactions. Yeah, and a lot of people hate PayPal, and I get it. I've had friends who've had the same thing, money locked up in PayPal where they couldn't access it for weeks. And, the person that was supposed to receive that money was, they were living, PayPal to PayPal to PayPal to PayPal. And that little, I think it was like 200 and something bucks. That was am I going to eat for the next couple days or not kind of money. If your account gets up to 250K, they will lock your money up and say that you violated their policies and try to investigate you for money laundering. And I only if they decide that, yeah. They pull any kind of shit like that on me, take them straight to court. The website for Venezuela, that's the Central Bank of Venezuela. Just look it up. Mr. Furley, welcome to the show. There is zero guarantee any currency will RV, right? Don't hold your breath. Don't use your rent money to buy foreign currency. Absolutely. Sound advice right there. If you can afford to spend your extra money investing in foreign currency or crypto or any other thing, precious metals, do so. If you can't afford it, don't. Purchase what you can when you can. Do not force yourself to go live in a car and lose everything waiting on this thing to happen. Go live your life as normal, like nothing's going to happen down the road. Right? GG greatness. I have no friends, so that's how I am. Everyone has fallen off right now. I'm going through. People are glad to see, not knowing that. Yeah, I totally get that. I don't have very many friends either, and I choose to be that way. People are very disappointing. Friends are very disappointing. The old term, no good deed goes unpunished. And I have found that to be remarkably accurate. That when you try to do a good deed for somebody, it always backfires and you end up paying some type of cost or price or extra. And we had a friend that, we called, his name was Todd. And anytime you messed around with Todd, you ended up paying a Todd tax. It cost you. When that guy came around, it was going to cost you some way. So don't get caught in the Todd tax with your friends. And Gigi, yeah, I remember you mentioned you were here in Houston. We need to all get together. Me, you, Peachy Keen, Tanya. I'm trying to remember her screen name. Can't think of it off the top of my head, but yeah, there's a handful of us here in Houston. They're doing the currency exchange. I'd like us all get together and have lunch. Banks at the airport might exchange other foreign currencies. CEIFX, but you're going to pay a premium. Yeah, PayPal sucks. We're going to see how they handle this. And I had to actually read the description on my website for each product where it says clearly at the bottom, no refunds, because it's a digital product. Once I send it, that's a wrap. You've received the product. Gigi, why are you yelling? Gigi's excited. The originator of that business. Some people, it's just easier for them to type in all caps, or they do lowercase. Lowercase doesn't look right, so they do all caps. So that's probably why. I'm not tripping. I don't care. Some people, they don't want all caps in their chats. I don't care. I'm like the Wild Wild West. You come over here, and as long as you ain't, messing with other people, calling people names and stuff like that, I don't care what you do. You have free will. God gave that to you. Utilize it. The originator of that business opportunity is the one that got his money locked up, Also had the opportunity to be taught by, oh my God, Jordan Belfort. Can you believe that? All was fine until Inside Edition shut him up. I'm not familiar with Jordan Belfort. Make friends with other billionaire humanitarians. You're going to be your own show. You're going to be, you're going to have your little entourage. You're going to have your friends and family that you want to go do things with on a regular basis. Let me hide that. You're going to be doing your own thing, traveling around, seeing things that you want to see. There's a YouTube channel called History's Mysteries, I believe it is, that shows some of these mountains, basically, that have been intricately carved. Definitely not with a chisel and hammer. Probably some type of alien laser technology. But to see those up close and personal, just the awe-inspiring that, we can't do that today. All right. he was at least trying to get back on his feet to pay back what he was ordered to pay back. He had some very great programs in addition to investigators. I'll have to look him up. I was thinking about meeting up before all this. So we're all going to be pretty busy. And, like I said, me personally, I'm not going to be in Houston, Texas. I'm going to be probably at some, Airbnb or Airbnbs, bouncing around, just chilling, enjoying my new life where I don't have any, responsibility other than managing the assets of my trust. I don't have to worry about going to work. I don't have to worry about what time I'm going to get up. I don't have to worry about what the hell I'm going to eat, how much it's going to cost me to eat that day and what I should eat. And, can I afford to go to stretch zone and get stretched, to go to Pilates, to have a trainer, to go to a gym, a dietitian, maybe a personal cook? Your life is going to change. Okay. It's going to look completely different. You should be focusing on yourself and your own health before you go dive in to try to save the world. Okay. If you're not healthy, if you're not in physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual shape, why are you going to go try to help somebody else if you haven't helped yourself yet? That's why I tell everybody, when this happens, go sit down somewhere and evaluate your own constitution. Make sure that you are healthy, wealthy, and wise. Then, when you are satisfied that you're capable of going out in the world as this new responsible individual and go help other entities or other people, you cannot do that until you've saved yourself. So, everybody, take care of yourself. You are the number one product in your life. Don't think it's this wealth. Don't think it's some humanitarian project that you've been, eagerly awaiting to complete your entire adult life. Take care of you. Then if you have some family members around you that you want to take care of or friends, take care of them next. Then go take care of anything else outside of that. I can't see y'all. I write in large caps. That's fine. I tell people I have visually impaired viewers, subscribers. I know that. That's why when I show you images on my screen, I generally, for the most part, always read it in completion simply for my impaired viewers. And I know the older we get, the more trouble. That's why I'm wearing glasses. Same reason. Bethany, great conclusion. Question, Floyd, are the Bolivars really going to be worth what you showed us on the screen? I cannot answer that question. That's, I don't have any authority to be able to tell you anything like that. I can only tell you what I see as far as realistic numbers. And I think currently what's some of these people are seeing, what Copilot AI has espoused as, 15 cents, or not 15 cents, 1.5 penny per Bolivar is, I would say, extremely generous, probably outside the ballpark of what we can expect to receive. But again, like I said, look at it like crypto. If you go find some brand new coin on crypto and it's going to be 0.000000001 per US dollar, that's kind of the reflection that we're looking at. Or take a picture of the screen. Right. Okay, folks, I think I've done enough. Remember, if you want to get a copy of this PDF, an inventory sheet for the Venezuelan Bolivar, and it is up to date to the current 2023 second series for the Digitale, so you can keep track of what you have and how many Bolivar you actually have. So you can just not have to count your notes. You can go, oh, I've got 653 quadrillion Bolivar and change. And then if it goes for, 0.00001 of a penny, then my exchange credits on account will be X amount of dollars. So if you want a copy of this, it's available in my Telegram room, the Fearless Floyd Show. It's pinned. Just go hit the files. If you want me to email you a copy, hit me up, the Fearless Floyd Show at yahoo.com. I've already had a lot of replies from the part 4 video, people requesting it. All those went out today, got those taken care of. But thank you for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. If I don't see you between now and Friday, Friday, a gig Friday. Okay, this Friday, yep, they sent me the wrong date, and I'm not going to be out of there by 6 o'clock. So I'm going to do a pre-recorded video for Friday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. If it's not on the Venezuelan currency, it'll be Life After Exchange. So look forward to that. Hey, Roel, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Thank you all for being here. I will catch you on the next one. More likely than not, because I'm not working this week. I'm going to try to take the whole week off if I can get away with that. I'm sure that they're going to be, calling me to come rig somewhere. There's so much going on in Houston right now. But hopefully I'll catch y'all. I will more likely than not no longer do my noon shows, simply because it takes so long for pre-show, show, and post-show, after show, that it eats up all of my day. It's really hard to get shit done in the morning and then get ready for the show, do the show, and then, carry on with the rest of my day. So more likely than not, I will just be doing the 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. shows from now on, or do some one-offs during the day. I don't know. But I had fun doing the noon show. It got to be cumbersome. That's all. All right, everybody. Thank you. I appreciate you being here. If you need anything, y'all know how to reach me. But be sure and like this video. Subscribe to my channel if you want to catch more videos. Hit that notification bell up there, so when I do put out new videos or have upcoming live videos, you are notified, hopefully by YouTube. If you'd like to become a member and see all the videos that I have put now under a membership, it's only 99 cents a month. If I could make it a penny a month, I would. But 99's the least amount it'll go. So if you want to go watch those videos, most of them are available over on Rumble. Most people don't know that, but yeah, they're over there. So the only reason I want you to like the video is because it's an algorithm. That means people who have similar interests will get a image of this video pop up on their screen, and they will have a choice to go watch it or not. If you don't hit that like button, people who are in the RV may never even know this video exists or the playlist that I did on the Venezuelan Bolivar. So that's why I ask you guys to like the video. I could care less whether you like it or not, as far as my own personal ego or anything like that. I'm going to sit here and do videos, what I think is educational, cool, interesting, regardless of whether it gets 1 view or it gets 1 million views. I could care less. I do in some form or fashion, but overall aspect of things, it is what it is, and I do what I do. And I have videos that have, astounding information that everybody's ignored. So it is what it is. Thank you, everybody. Y'all have a good night.